Imagine waking up every day with a celestial map in your hands, a compass that guides you through the most difficult decisions, the deepest conflicts, and the most confusing feelings. What if I told you that this map exists and it's in your hands right now? Welcome to the Shalon channel. In today's video, we'll explore together 30 powerful lessons taken directly from the Book of Proverbs, one of the greatest sources of practical wisdom in the Bible. Written by Solomon, known as the wisest man who ever lived, Proverbs is a true instruction manual for life, applicable at home, at work, in friendships, in marriage, and even in the inner battles of the soul. The goal of this video is not just to quote verses, but to reflect with you on how these ancient truths can change your daily reality. Have you ever thought about what your life would be like if every attitude was based on divine wisdom? Comment here. Which proverb has had a profound impact on you? Let's start with the first teaching. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 1:7. This shows us that all true wisdom begins with God, not with degrees, fame, or power, but with reverence for Him. The question is, have we truly placed God at the center of our decisions? Or do we seek wisdom from human counsel before praying? Think about it. This is the basis of everything. And if you want to walk on this sacred ground of wisdom, stay with us because this video will enlighten your soul. The second lesson comes right after. My son, do not reject the discipline of the Lord. Proverbs 3:11. This word challenges us. Do you accept God's correction, or do you resist it because it hurts? Wisdom requires humility. The third proverb calls us to total trust. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. How many times have we failed because we trusted our own judgments too much? This word is an invitation to total surrender. Comment here if you have already lived this verse in practice. Let's go together for more wisdom. The fourth lesson warns us about the power of the tongue. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. How many times have we destroyed friendships, families, or our own self-esteem with thoughtless words? The wise man knows how to keep quiet, but he also knows how to speak at the right time. Think about it. Have your words today been instruments of healing or wounding? Write in the comments, have you ever been marked by something you heard? The fifth lesson is about humility. Before a fall, the heart of a man is haughty. Proverbs 16:18. This shows us that pride goes before ruin. Wisdom teaches us to walk with our feet on the ground, with a teachable heart. Do you consider yourself a person who listens to advice? Or do you have difficulty recognizing mistakes? The sixth lesson guides us about friendships. A righteous man is a guide to his neighbor. Proverbs 12:26. Friendships shape our lives. Wisdom is also knowing how to choose who to walk with. Have you surrounded yourself with people who bring you closer to God or push you away? The seventh lesson is about work. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Proverbs 6:6. The Bible values effort and diligence. Wisdom is being productive, not just busy. The eighth lesson. Better is a little with righteousness than great income without righteousness. Proverbs 16:8. God is more pleased with those who have little with integrity than with those who prosper through crooked ways. The ninth proverb is about self-control. A man without self-control is like a city that is broken down and has no walls. Proverbs 25:28. Think about it. What has been controlling you? Emotions, vices, impulses? Wisdom is also a brake. The 10th proverb speaks of generosity. A generous soul will prosper. Proverbs 11:25. Generosity attracts blessings. Have you been practicing this, even in the midst of difficulties? The 11th lesson tells us, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord's lips deliver him a right answer. Proverbs 16:1. How often do we want to control everything? Wisdom is planning, but submitting. And have you made room for God in your projects? The 12th lesson talks about listening to advice. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Proverbs 11:14. He who walks alone stumbles. Have you sought advice from people of faith? The 13th proverb talks about peace. Better is a dry morsel and quiet than a house full of banquets with strife. Proverbs 17:1. Wisdom values the essential, not the excess. The 14th lesson talks about the wise woman. A wise woman builds her house, Proverbs 14:1. Have you been building or destroying with your attitudes? The 15th speaks about disciplining children. He who loves his son disciplines him promptly, Proverbs 13:24. To correct is to love. The 16th speaks about justice. Deceitful balances are an abomination to the. Lesson 21 reminds us, a cheerful heart makes the face cheerful, Proverbs 15:13. True joy beautifies from the inside out. What has been the source of your joy? Lesson 22. He who guards his mouth preserves his life, Proverbs 13:3. Controlling the tongue preserves life. Have you spoken more than you should? Lesson 23. A soft answer turns away wrath, Proverbs 15:1. Shouting doesn't always solve anything, but gentleness transforms. Lesson 24. Wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom, Proverbs 4:7. This shows that wisdom must be intentionally sought. Lesson 25 speaks of reputation. A good name is better than great riches, Proverbs 22:1. Who you are is worth more than what you have. The 26th lesson is about patience. Long-suffering is better than a mighty warrior, Proverbs 16:32. Waiting calmly is a sign of strength. The 27th lesson talks about priorities. Honor the Lord with your wealth, Proverbs 3:9. God comes first, and have you put him at the center of your finances? The 28th lesson talks about silence. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise, Proverbs 17:28. Talk less, listen more. The 29th lesson is about divine trust. The righteous will live by his faith, Proverbs 28:1. Firm faith is a shield. And the 30th, the heart knows its own bitterness, Proverbs 14:10. Only you know your pain, but God also knows. He understands. Have you given him what weighs you down? After reflecting on these 30 lessons from Proverbs, it is impossible not to notice how God offers us practical and profound advice for all areas of life. These verses are not just pretty phrases, they are directions from above for our walk. Wisdom is not theory, it is action. It manifests itself when we forgive, when we choose silence, when we are generous even in times of scarcity, when we seek to listen more to God than to the world. Now I ask you, which of these 30 lessons spoke most strongly to you today? Share it here in the comments. Let's build together a community that values biblical wisdom and lives intentionally. The Word teaches us that those who listen and practice are like a house built on the rock. And that is the final invitation of this video. Don't just be a listener, be a doer. Review these lessons, pray about them, write down one that you need to apply this week. Choose just one and live by it. Maybe it's trusting more, being more silent, or working more diligently. The important thing is to start. God honors every step of obedience. May these 30 lessons not only remain in your memory, but also be visible in your actions. If you were blessed by this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this wisdom. And don't forget, subscribe to the Shalom channel, activate the bell, and like this video. See you in the next devotional. May the wisdom from above always guide you.